Colours That Blind, Chapter 16. I watch the man's lips move as he speaks, but my ears have forgotten how to function, and I can barely hear anything. I glare at him, with my mind playing over and over again the dream I had the other night. How Mboya hovered in my room. The call. Bamkuru's voice was just as deep and threatening as it had been the whole time that I'd lived with him. As deep and threatening as it had been that night when I thought he would save me, and he didn't. The man asks a question. "Did you hear what I said?" I open my mouth, but I can't speak. He looks at his other officers and sighs. The man is tall with a round belly. I wonder if they eat donuts in this police station like they do on TV shows. I wonder if that's what's packed in there. Donuts. He looks at the other officers and shrugs. The officers are not convinced. Almost unbothered, actually. One of them is sitting slumped in a chair, swaying sideways while scrolling on his phone. "Listen, your brother will be here soon, but for now, we're just going to call your Mboya and tell her that you're safe." They don't believe I'm in danger. Why doesn't anyone see it? I have to do something. I bite the bottom of my lip for a moment. I can hear my heart warning me not to. I have to do this. She had a knife. They all looked at me, brows furrowed. I urge myself to go on. In the night, she came into my room with, I swallow, with a knife, and when she saw that I saw it, the knife, when she saw, "You didn't say this in your initial statement," one of the officers says, his face slightly horrified. I swallow again and try to stop my heart from freaking out. She had a knife, and when I saw her, she quickly went out of the room. She would have used it if not for... It's true. The slumping officer sits up and scans me, his eyebrows bunched. "Are you sure?" I nod silently. He looks at his other officers, then back at me. "All right, tell us again, from the beginning, what happened? Why do you think she's trying to have you kidnapped?" I look away. I've only spoken twice about the thing that happened. Once when the police found me in the back of the truck, and the second time when Mkoma asked. I've relived it in my head plenty of times, but that's because it stays there. It doesn't creep out as words and become real. By the time I've finished speaking, my stomach is cramping and I can hear my heart drumming in my ears, just as if it's happening again. "Sit down, young man. You're shaking." I stare at my hands before glancing back at the officers, who are now speaking in hushed voices with concerned looks on their faces. "Can't go back there till we know for sure. Doesn't matter that we know her. He's only a child." They're buying it, and now they understand the gravity of the situation. It was wrong, but it was worth it. I curl up on the cold bench in the room, trying to warm myself. The sun has retired, and fewer people are roaming outside. I tell myself I won't leave the station, not until Mkoma comes. My eyes close, and I slowly drift to sleep.